Good morning, everyone. Happy Easter and welcome to the Global Truth Center Toronto, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in this morning, or if you're watching in the archives. Our theme for April is Spring into Action. Our vision statement is love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. And we come together each week to be reminded that there is a creative, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause of all life. Recognizing this is who we are, what we are, for we are the infinite self-knowingness of creative energy. Understanding that within every human being, there is the capacity to bring forth into the world of form, abundance, love, joy, kindness, beauty, grace, every good thing which we desire. Love is the sole impulse for all creation, and none of us can truly create what our heart desires without it. So, knowing the whole universe is based on love, let us also know that we can use this energy individually and collectively, for we are part of something greater than ourselves, whether we call it God, spirit, the quantum field, the infinite universe, whatever we want to call it. It is one beautiful, expansive power around us, through us, and as us. Today with us, joining us today is our practitioner of the day, Judy Southern, and our guest musician, Nathan Aswell. And of course, they're both joining us from British Columbia this morning. So Nathan, for him, it's 7 a.m. and for Judy, it's 8 a.m. With that, I am going to invite Nathan in for our opening song. Hello.
Good, hello. Again.
Hello, welcome. Nice to have you join us, Nathan.
Always a great pleasure to be with you, Helen.
Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to start this morning with a song by my dear friends Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin. This is called Down in My Soul. It's actually a call and response. So what that means is I sing I Feel the Power, and there's space after I sing that for you to sing it back to me if you so choose. Feel free or just listen. Here we go. I feel the power. Down in my soul. Sorry, that's what it's called. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul, and the whole wide world is my home. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul, and the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence
down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul, and the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul, and the whole wide world is my home. Yes, it is, and the whole wide world is my home.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And what a great song to start us off. Thank you. I was singing away backstage. Thanks, Nathan.
My pleasure.
And I realized I forgot to put the chat on because I was so busy singing. Welcome, everyone. Let's take a moment to drop down into our own soul. Just to breathe in. And recognizing that as we take that breath and we drop down into our soul, we drop down into a soul that is also universal, beyond the world of form. Understanding that our physical world reflects our consciousness. And the ultimate reality is one of love, joy, peace, and harmony. Each one of us can embody and live from this energy, this reality. Whatever we choose to think, whatever we choose to be, will determine what world each one of us sees. Whatever direction our mind takes and firmly believes in, it forms a new thought pattern within this atmosphere of pure potentiality. Whatever tendency of thought is held in our mind tends to take outward form in new creations. Therefore, if we live as we have lived in the past, then our future will simply be more of the same. If we continue to support the wars down in our own soul, we will continue to have war in the world. Today and every day, we stand for peace. Today and every day, we stand for the right of every being on this earth plane to experience safety and security. Today and every day, we stand for the knowing that the incarnation of spirit in all beings, in every person, is an incarnation of the one spirit. We stand for the unity of all life, and that the highest God, the innermost God, is one God. We stand for the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. So today, let's make a conscious choice to live from this consciousness of love, opening our hearts to a deeper level of forgiveness and a commitment to what we stand for. Therefore, each one of us will play a part in bringing peace and harmony to the world. As Rumi said, beyond the field of right doing and wrongdoing, we will meet. So let us release all judgments in this moment and enter into a space of pure love. Breathing into your heart space. Oh, breathing in, and let us bless all those people who are suffering or have suffered. Let us send our blessings to them. Let us bless those who have inflicted suffering. And also, let us bless those, including ourselves, who witness suffering. Breathing into your heart space. Bless, bless, bless. For it's up to each and every one of us to accept this beautiful light within us, the infinite creative power of love and the gifts of expression that emerge from it. And today, as it is Easter Sunday, it is spring. It is a time for renewal in our own minds. Consider the possibility that there is a way for us to think, be, and act from love only, as love only. And so it is. And I'm now going to bring I was supposed to say Nathan, in for our invocation song, along with our practitioner, Judy Southern.
Ethan, I like that.
I was combining invocation and Nathan. How I got Ethan, I don't know, but I'll leave it up to you two to take it away. Thank you.
Underneath, before and after, and underneath Judy, I'll be sharing a chant of mine called Transforming Prayer.
I gently release all that isn't a part of the master plan for my life, and it gently releases me. Gladly attract all that is a part of the master plan for my life, and it gladly attracts me.
And so, breathing in these beautiful words, this beautiful music, I know that there is a power greater than I am, and that power is the presence of God. And I know that this presence is right where I am, and it expresses itself by means of me. It is who I am. It is who each of us is. The essence of God is within each of us. It is who we all are. We are the essence of the divine presence. And so let's go within. Let's create our life from within. Our outer life is a reflection of our inner life. And so as we become conscious of the divine presence at the very center of our being, let us consciously create a magnificent life, a life of love, a life of beauty, a life of many blessings. And let's see the beauty in everything. So I know that with God, all things are possible. And I believe with unwavering faith that good shows up in life each day, each moment. I have only to see the good. And so knowing that I'm immersed in infinite good, infinite grace, infinite love, and that I have access to unlimited possibilities and experiences that already exist in mind, I know I can, and I know I do. I can take action and create anything I wish in my life. And so I release these words as the expression of God that I am. I let go. I let love and beauty be so. And so it is.
I gently release all that isn't a part of the master plan for my life, and it gently releases me. I gladly attract all that is a part of the master plan for my life, and it gladly attracts me.
Mm. Beautiful. Thank you, Nathan. Hello, Judy.
Good morning, Helen.
It's so wonderful to see you.
Too. I love this.
I know. And, I'm listening to Nathan. I can just like fall into his music. I'm like,
Mm.
and I have to watch that I still stay grounded and stay focused.
Good.
So our theme this month is spring into action. How is that? How are you springing in your world?
Well, you seem to propel me into that because every time I talk to you, something new becomes shows up in my life, or I make a decision to do something new. And a couple of weeks ago, I told you I had started a book. I have a book in here. It's been sitting there for about 12 years. And it's really about my experience with being a caregiver for my husband who had dementia. And I didn't want to create a sad book. I wanted it to be beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. So I left it, while I was grieving. I just didn't think I was in the mindset. And I also was busy. But after talking to you, I realized that it's time to take action and to get this book on the go. So I resurrected the ideas. Yesterday, I was looking at all the stuff that I had diarized, all the details and the events. And, it brings back some good memories and also some sad memories, but that's okay because they can be expressed from a different perspective now. And so, I learned to see at that time, and I'm willing now and available now to express it, to see the beauty in dementia, in caring for someone with dementia, above the grief and the sadness, and not to mention the stress. And so the details I've forgotten, and I'm so grateful to a girlfriend who said to me, make sure you diarize everything that happens. You're taking your husband to long-term care in a week or so. So I wrote down everything, and I continued to write all the things that I remembered and all the things that happened as I visited him in the long-term care home. And there was one of the stories. A lot of people said to me, does he still know you? This was after I had put him in long-term care for only 3 years. That was as long as he was there before he died. And I said, does he still know me? When I go into that secure unit and I walk over to him sitting in the lobby, the common room, and I take both of his hands and I get him to stand up, and then I drop one hand to take him for a walk. I said, yeah, he knows it's me. At the soul level, he knows it's me. And so we go for a walk. And there was another time, I remember taking him out to the lobby in the main hall, and they're all vinyl covered love seats. that's the comfort level. and it was necessary to have them vinyl covered. There's comedy and everything. I remember I put on some dark lipstick, and I put kisses on his forehead. And I sat with my arm around him as people walked by and looked. And the people who knew me just smiled. They knew what I'd done. And one person went by and said to me, oh, is he okay? Is he okay? Is he hurt? What's that red stuff on his forehead? And I said, those would be kisses. And I wanted people to see, and I wanted the people who were caring for him in the long-term care home to see that he was loved. And by God, they loved him. They knew, because I was chairing committees. I got engaged. I chaired home advisory committees, family committees. So they knew that he was loved. And one of the things, we've been reading, you again, when one of our conversations, you recommended a book by, or is it here, Emily Cady, Lessons in Truth. And in one of the chapters, she talks about us, like personality and individuality.
Yes.
And the personality is the human part. So the human part is the dementia, and it keeps changing because, let's face it, someone with dementia, that's their world. Their world changes, but you can't change it. But the individuality part, that's the God part. And that's the God part that shows through, that's visible through this condition. And so that's the part that you have to work with both parts when you're working with someone and being with someone and communicating with someone with dementia. So I'm ready to write not a sad story, but an uplifting and beautiful account or story, or many stories, because there were many things that happened. Some were very funny, and some were made me feel inconsolably sad. But I want to give this to people.
Judy, I just got screenplay. Write a screenplay. This needs to be a movie.
Well, can I write the book first and then turn it over? I got to get these ideas. I have ideas diarized everywhere. I have a whole file folder full of different things that happen. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got in front of me screenplay. I saw it up on the movie screen. So
it's funny, my son has written screenplays. He's a good writer, and this is happening at the same time. So he can help me because about 20 years ago, he took off to Chile on his bicycle because he was escaping a relationship that had ended. And he went for 6 weeks, and he just finished writing a great book about his adventures. And he has written screenplays, but he hasn't done anything with them. So maybe we can collaborate.
There you go. I love it. Yes. That's perfect, Judy. Which leads perfectly into our affirmation.
Oh, doesn't it just? Doesn't it
just? Thank you for that beautiful segue. I'm going to bring it up.
Okay, so I invite you to say this affirmation with me. I think it, I do it, I get it done. And I'll say it again. I think it, I do it, I get it done. Namaste.
And so it is. I look forward to the book, to the screenplay, to seeing the movie, all of it, Judy.
Big magic happens.
It does, absolutely. Thank you so much for your beautiful words and your prayer earlier, and for being with us this morning. And we'll see you towards the end again.
See you again soon.
All right, I'm going to bring Nathan back for our feature song this morning. Take it away, Nathan.
Thank you, Helen. So, in honor of thinking it and doing it and getting it done, let's sing a song together which we all know and love. I Can See Clearly Now.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I've gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I've gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I think I can make it now, the pain has gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Nathan. Love it. Okay. Well, happy Easter, everyone. Oh my gosh. You know, Easter is all about renewal and resurrecting your mind, which means rising again to life. And I would say to experience life to the fullest. And there's this resurgence, this revival of energy within us and reviving our minds. And so, certainly, and this is where, so Nathan's, when I told him what I was doing for Easter, he goes, yeah, be sure to get that in as many times as you can during service. So I'm just saying, I'm leaving for Malta today at 5 p.m. and looking forward to a revival and nourishing my soul with all the incredible history that is there. So there you go. I got it in first off once. We'll see how many other times I can get that in. uh, um, but Easter is a celebration of spring and new life. And I'm not exactly sure where the chocolate part comes in. But I'll tell you, it is a very important aspect, especially in my family, because Mahala has been telling me for 3 weeks how traumatized she was that I didn't buy her chocolate last year for the first time ever. And I said, well, you were 27. Did I need to buy you chocolate? And she's like, you always have, of course. So this week, I went looking for chocolate, and a friend of mine told me where to go to this place on Bloor Street to get chocolate. And I walked in and I said, hello, do you have vegan chocolate? And he looked at me and said, what's vegan? I said, no animal or dairy products? And he just looked at me and went, no. So I finally found some vegan chocolate at Whole Foods, and I have a very happy child with her chocolate Easter bunnies this morning. But, the other thing that is a symbol of Easter, of course, is eggs and flowers. And they are symbols of female fertility. And in European traditions, the bunny, with its amazing reproductive potential, as we all know, is not far behind. And what this represents is our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind represents this feminine fertility of renewal, right? We often talk about love points the way and the law makes the way possible. Well, love is spirit and considered to be the masculine. The law, being the way, is the receptor, the feminist that has amazing reproductive potential for anything we desire to create in our life. So think about that. We have this incredible reproductive system in our minds, the divine feminine, to create whatever it is we want, to live more wholly. And do you realize your own unlimited potential? Do you realize you have the power to resurrect, to renew your mind at any time? In the pagan of Ostara, the celebration of renewal, the earth, fertility, and abundance is where the word estro comes from, which means Easter, and it's the number of spring equinox deities that are honored throughout ancient traditions. So in this season of Easter and the return of spring, my thoughts consider the principles of rebirth and transformation. And what can you rebirth for yourself in your life? What can you transform? We often talk about transforming injury into wisdom. And what can you come to know about yourself in a more loving way than you've ever known before? To affirm from the I am pure potential. I am prosperous. I am love. I am kind. I am giving, whatever it is for you. And then to take action and live as the I am, so that you are harmonizing with the divine flow that has been carried on throughout humans for all time. Ernest Holmes recognized that in order for this universal spirit to become aware of itself, it must manifest itself on all planes. So, in order for you to become aware of all that you are, you have to start manifesting it. And here you are. You are this embodiment of evolution with this pure potential and power within you. We just have to recognize it. Of course, as we rise up in our consciousness and recognize the eternal embrace of spirit that is within and around us and about us, it is the inspiration in spirit to inspire, to breathe in this breath of life that moves through us, recognizing it is the guiding star of our soul. It's up to each of us to make a new imprint upon our own mind, to enlarge the boundaries of our spiritual horizon and release the limitations of our thoughts. And that's what Easter is about. Many people like to think that the death of Jesus as representing the eventual passing away of mortal strife, and the resurrection as the inevitable realization of our spiritual selves. But in the process of awakening, we go through the dark night of the soul, which is the tomb. That's what the tomb represents. But in this tomb, we're not lifeless. It is the chrysalis stage. And this is one stage of constant change and growth, when we allow our soul to start to come forth and recognize it is much bigger than our personality. You know, like Judy was talking about in the book she's reading, Emily Cady talks about, our personality and, what I call our patterns, they're learned. Our soul, our knowing of that eternal breath of life in our soul is bigger than any personality. So the giant stone in front of the tomb is the accumulation of all the doubts and fears we have built up as limitations in our lives. And it represents not only our own limitations, it also represents the limitations created by the mass consciousness of humanity that we are exposed to from our history, from our ancestors, down through the ages, and what we're exposed to right here, right now. And none of us are immune to it. It was funny. I was saying to someone the other day, he's just come back from Florida, and what a different life it was down there for the winter. I'm sure much like the life Michelle is living in Mexico. And, and that, when I came back from California in November, and I came back to Toronto, I just felt like everything was very oppressed and heavy. And I felt like that it's been like that throughout the winter. Now, I have a consciousness that, yes, I can know better, I can pray, I can meditate, I can do all the good things for me, I can still move forward with my vision. But it doesn't mean that I don't feel the energy. I am not immune to that. I felt it. It's just I have choice in what I do with it. But to say that we don't feel the mass consciousness of humanity, we do. So, Jesus technically was able to roll away that mass consciousness in 3 days. And maybe the number 3 represents body, mind, and spirit becoming one. I don't know. It's a good thought. I like that. But it often takes us more than 3 days to remove our limitations. And some of us have been chipping away at it for years. Sometimes, we think we have to deal with one at a time. I got that pebble. Now there's a trillion more pebbles to deal with until that stone is down to nothing. But, there's another way to kind of cut through the chase. And that is through the recognition and the embodiment of who we are. And we can use our mind to dispense with the stone and embody the healing power of the love of the universe and to feel oneness with all life. One of the ways I am becoming acutely aware of doing this is to admit my regrets and make amends. And why? Because it makes me kinder. It makes me kinder to myself, makes me kinder to others. Regret can be one of those emotions that can invite reflection and change in the renewal of our mind so that we're living courageously and daringly with pure love. And I remember, I think Mahala was 5 at the time, and my friend's son, who was 6, passed away suddenly. And at that point, I was like, that's it. I am never living life with regrets. And what I've come to understand within myself is that my unwillingness to have regrets contributes to my boulder of limitations. It prevents me from owning where I've missed the mark, from having compassion and empathy for myself when I make a mistake, for having more compassion and empathy for others. It prevents me from learning. It prevents me from having the courage to own up to the times I've lacked courage. I've lacked the courage to make amends. I've lacked the courage to be kinder to myself and others. And it was funny because a few weeks ago, I woke up and I was having, I don't know if it was a dream or I just remembered, but I thought of this time where I was really not very courageous in standing up for someone I'd known for a very long time. And I thought, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I do regret that. And I feel it. And I also was able to really start to connect to what that whole experience must have been like for her. And I thought, wow, I really need to do some work on this. So I invite you to look at your regrets, and it's like, what can you learn from your regrets? How can you be kinder, more loving to yourself and to others? There's a poem by John O'Donohue. On this Easter morning, let us look again at the lives we have been so generously given, and let us fall away the useless baggage that we carry, the old pains, old habits, old ways of seeing and feeling. Let us have the courage to begin again. Life is very short, and we are no sooner here than it is our time to depart again. And we should use the time to realize the time we still have. We don't realize all the good we can do A kind, encouraging word or a helping hand can bring many a person through dark valleys in their lives. We weren't put here to make money or acquire status or reputation. We were sent here to search for the light of Easter in our hearts. And when we find it, we are meant to give it away generously. The dawn that is rising this Easter morning is a gift to our hearts, and we are meant to celebrate it and to carry away from this holy ancient place the gifts of healing and light and the courage of a new beginning. So, where can you begin anew? Where can you step in and muster up the courage to step into a new beginning? For it is truly possible. And Ernest Holm writes in The Science of Mind, within myself is that which is perfect, that which is complete, that which is divine, that was never born and cannot die, that which lives, which is God, the eternal reality. And so take a moment to recognize that, within you is peace and poise and power and wholeness and happiness, the power, the presence of this eternal life. And it's like when we recognize that, we can also go in and find our own tombs of quiet, where we can go within ourselves and allow our light to dissolve the stones of limitation that have been rolled out in front of our lives. And we don't need to just chip away slowly, bit by bit, that big, enormous rock of negative beliefs. We don't have to do that. We need to realize the indwelling presence of who we truly are. Remembering who we are will dissipate that stone with ease, with grace, with love. And can we, in our everyday lives, trust that the presence within us makes the way to ensure that every need we have is met? That's what, affirmative prayer was designed for, to help us get into the consciousness which allows the faith, this flow of good, to be truly embodied, to take us beyond words into this continual knowing of who we are, the kind of knowing and embodiment and action that renews our mind over and over and over, and that divine feminine law that is living through us as us is just constantly giving birth to something new. That's the ultimate message of Easter, that our soul doesn't die when we leave this plane of existence, but also that our stone of limitations is so easily rolled away when we just recognize and remember who we are. And that, really, heaven is on earth. It's not somewhere we go. It's right here, right now, and we can live a loving, prosperous, abundant, kind, and adventurous life. And by looking at our regrets and asking the question, how can I be kinder? How can I be kinder to myself and others? More courageous, bolder, and spring into action So today, as we reflect on our own resurrection, recognize that we're also shifting and bringing about a resurrection of the world. Ernest Holmes, and we all know this quote, we say it over and over again. Find me one person who is for something and against nothing, who is redeemed enough to not condemn others out of the burden of his soul. And I will find another Savior, another Jesus, an exalted human being. But you know what? He says more than that. He says, find me one person who no longer has any fear of the universe or of anything else, and you will have brought me someone in whose presence we may sit, and fear shall vanish as the clouds before sunlight. And then he goes on to say this, find me someone who is given all that he has to love without morbidity, and I will have found the lover of my soul, because they will have revealed to me the nature of God and proved to me the possibility of all human souls. And here, a couple more. He says, find me one person who is so completely divorced himself of all arrogance, and you will have discovered for me an open pathway to the kingdom of God here and now. And I'm talking about you and myself. And he goes on to say, when I say find a person, I don't mean go over to Rome or London, probably not Malta either, or anywhere, but within yourself, because the search is internal. And that's where each one of us can go to this resurrection of our mind. Use it as an invitation to explore your own spirituality, whatever that means to you. But it's also where you come to commune in unity, and where unity touches individuality, and individuality touches unity. And so it is. Namaste. And may you just know the possibilities for the renewal of your own mind. And your mind is not just your thoughts, it's your whole beingness, so that you are living in joy and harmony, peace, grace, and loving kindness. Thank you. Namaste. And with that, I am going to bring up our giving affirmation. So, knowing that our tithe this month goes to support a wonderful organization. That's the word. I just kind of lost it for a moment. Supporting the people of Ukraine. So let us say this together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give to my spiritual center, I recognize I am the flow of abundance I share with all life. As I give, I receive. And so it is. And so, yes, it's the Canadian Ukraine Foundation that we are giving to. If it's not right in front of me, I'm definitely going to botch all the wording of the organization. No classes next week, no spirit breath next week. Know that next week we have the beautiful Marissa Pay as our guest speaker. So please join in to see her. And you can also sign up for her workshop next Sunday from 11:30 to 1:30. All the information is on our website, and her workshop is 8 Ways to Happiness. And then also we have coming up Blue and Yellow Bingo on Thursday, April 28th, 7 to 9 p.m. And again, all the proceeds from Blue and Yellow Bingo will go to the Canada Ukraine Foundation. And so that should be a whole lot of fun. Wear blue or yellow or both, and we'll have a whole lot of fun that Thursday night. One more thing to tell you about, and we'll have this up in the next couple of weeks, is that we are going to have an in-person community event on Friday, June 24th. It's going to be held in the party room of my condo. There will be a sound bath with Phil Jacobs. There will be cocktails and appetizers, dinner, dessert, and a musical concert with Phil and Pierre Gautreau. Tickets will be on sale in the next couple of weeks once we've solidified all the details. So stay tuned for that. And that's it. Thank you. Have a beautiful, beautiful Easter, everyone. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. Many blessings. I'm going to bring Nathan back for our closing song.
And where are you off to again, Helen? What's the name of that place?
Malta.
Ah, yes, Malta.
Yes. Okay. Just like quick facts here, folks. 10 World Heritage Sites, and lots of history, lots of amazing energy vortex in some of the tombs and the sites. So I'm just looking forward to having a great time with sun and water and green. I'll send you pictures, Nathan.
I would love that.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here on this Easter Sunday. Love having you.
Always great to be with you too.
All right. Take it away.
Okay, everybody, let's go out today with a wonderful upbeat song by Daniel Nahmod. This is called Higher Place. Fun little reggae song.
Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. No more forward, no more backward, no more spinning around and around. My life is moving ever upward. My feet are leaving the ground. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. No more. A higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising.
beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday, Easter Sunday. Hope you get lots of chocolate, vegan or otherwise. Many blessings. Bye for now.
Love to all.
Bye bye.